just before we carry on or I end this, I'm not sure where I'm going to insert this little clip, but I completely forgot to show you some things. So we have done some changes here with our enchanting. I was grinding out some stuff. I was grinding out farming. I was grinding out, working on the animals, harvesting, all that sort of things. And I ended up at level like 45 or something like that. So we've done some enchanting. First thing is just next to our anvil here, we've just put our lapis chest. Round here, things have changed. We've got a chest here for the items that we can turn into enchantments, like, unused or plain bows, plain fishing rods, books, all those bits that you can enchant can go in there. Here, we've got our enchantments organised A to Z. So the first one is A to H, so things like Aquafinity, Bane of Arthropods, Efficiencies. I to Q, Knockback, Lure, Piercing, Power, and they're all sort of ranked, so if they're level 1 they're at the top, level 2, level 3, level 4 they're down here in that order. R to Z we have Respiration 3, Riptide 2 and Impaling 4, which will be great if we get a trident, Sharpness 3 and Unbreaking 1's over here. Just I'm going to redo that so it's like that, Unbreaking 1's. That is how we organise our enchantments. Over here is something different. So what we have are 7 chests. 7, it is 7. For all the different items that you can enchant. So you can enchant swords, you can enchant pickaxes, shovels, axes, bows, fishing rods, and this is for tridents, but we obviously do not have a trident yet, so that's why it's blank. This is where we're going to put the enchantments for those items. So any enchantments for swords is going to go in here, alphabetically, and so on, to work on getting better weapons. And up here finally are the versions for the armour. So over here you have helmets and chest plates. Over there you have leggings and boots, and those are where we're going to store the enchantments for those items as well. So it looks a little bit more full in here, a little bit more like the space is being used. A bit more like a library of sorts, I think anyway. And then the last thing that I did, which I forgot to show you, is we did some more baking. So all these, like we did some pumpkin pies, we made baked potatoes, we made beetroot soup, we made mushroom stew, we made rabbit stew, we got some more bowls, and we just basically developed this. I made some more sugar, made some more bread, just so the chests are looking a bit beefier. They're all looking a bit empty, so we did some work on that. So jump back to wherever we were, whether it's the very end of the episode or we're going to put it in the middle, because I completely forgot to show you all that, and you're going to be thinking, what is that over there? Why is she not talking about it? That is it. So sorry about that. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, it's Vicky. Welcome back to the channel. It is a scorching day here in the UK today, and as you can see, we have got a little bit of a Minecraft update. We have gone from Minecraft 1.15 to 1.16 and then 1.16.1, as you can see down there. So we're going to jump in. Now a lot has changed, but the one reason I wanted to load in is this. We now have 1 million golems. One of them was on the roof. I'm not sure what happened there. I literally turned around and he was just on the roof of the house. But for some reason, like, there he is, he's still on the roof. Don't fall off. For some reason we've had 5 million golems spawn. We had this one guy here who looks a little bit beaten up. Let's go in and say hello. We have just this guy here who's clearly on some mobs, some raids. But now we've had 5 more spawn. There's 3 here. One is trapped inside. Up here. Hello. And the other one I think is around here. Where he was. He's down there. So we've had 5 more golems spawn, so we've gone from 1 to 6 in a very short space of time. I did add them some more beds, so let's start with the changes. That's the first change. All the golems have spawned. You can see the other building, we'll get onto that. I have given them more beds, so these rows are both complete up here. There's something like 34, 35 beds in here. We've been working hard, I'm telling you. Built this new building, which I'll show you in a sec. But the main thing is we have leveled up all our villagers. I've been taking my time, and we now have 1 master of every single type. We've got everything: Weaponsmith, Toolsmith, Armourer, Cartographer, Cleric, who are you? Weaponsmith, everything. Farmer, Butcher. We have one of everything. I haven't done any doubles or anything, but one of every Master Villager. So that is fantastic. I will show you them all when we get to that. There is a lot of stuff to go through, so please bear with me, but we'll get there. Now, this building, as you can see, is called the Trade Centre. What we've got in here is, first of all, oh! He nearly came in. He wasn't supposed to do that. Go away. As I was going to say, as you can see, an iron door and button so that the villagers can't get in. Not that it would do anything, but they just don't come in here. And what we've got is rows of chests, specifically 13 rows of chests. And these are for trading. Now, what I was going to do is have this side of the building for ways I get emeralds, and this side of the building for emeralds I trade to get items. But it turns out we've done that differently. And in here is all the ways I can get items, if that makes sense. So, the Armourer has a column of chests. Then you've got the Butcher, Cartographer, the Cleric, the Farmer, the Fisherman, the Fletcher, the Leatherworker, the Librarian, Mason, Shepherd, Toolsmith and Weaponsmith. That is all the villager jobs. There are one of each of them, and they are all master level in our little village here. And when I trade with them, we have slots to fill for items that I want to trade with them to get emeralds, or items that I want to get. Let's go and have a look at one for an example. Who are you? The Toolsmith. So for instance, I could trade a load of iron to get emeralds, or I could trade a load of emeralds to get a bell. I can trade all sorts in here, you know, diamonds, flint, iron. All of those items get me emeralds, and then emeralds can get me iron shovels, diamond enchanted shovels, pickaxes, bell and stone tools. So, oh hello, you're the fisherman. Plenty to get. So this is just a storage area basically for trading purposes. So that is what that is. Took me like one Minecraft day to build. It was not hard. So we will go through all the villages and I'll show you them in a bit, but let's cover the other advances. That's everything in there. All the golems, they're all leveled up. Some more beds and that building. That is that. I wanted to start using up, because in here, obviously in this fenced off area, we have a lot of space, and I wanted to start utilising it because they keep wandering around, not sleeping. I think they've got too much room basically. They can wander too far from the bed where they sleep, so worked on that. Started using up the space. Yesterday Minecraft day, just random llama was wandering around, so I have kidnapped him and put him in with the 2 horses, which we have yet to name. Not a lot has happened with the mine, that's pretty much the same, and the nether portal, not a lot has changed. Let's head round here. Again, not changed up hard though. A bit has changed. I've been mining these every day, trying to get more. Now, as you might remember, these pens, these 3 pens for pigs, sheep and cows, only went up as far as this one did. So we have extended them all the way back to here. So we've given them tons more room to work with because they were looking just a bit too small. So we've got tons more room in here. The farm is all the same. I have been farming it though. Cocoa beans again, farming. Now inside we have some changes. I've finally filled the aquarium. We have some lovely little fish. There's 2 purple yellow ones. There's that yellow guy. There is a red and white splotchy guy, or 2 of them by the looks of it. They look grey and white. A red and white splotchy one and then a pale grey one in there. There's like 5 fish in there at the moment. And then I chucked in 2 lily pads up there that you can see, and then I threw in some kelp to make it look a bit more realistic for them, because I found before that when you start putting fish in artificial enclosures, they tend to die or despawn, and I can't figure out why. There they are. So I've been trying to make it a bit more realistic to see if they will survive. Now, this is the next new section right here. Well, this is actually one of the newest sections. Quite a lot has changed. So we've built this area. Now these are chests in which all the items listed and mentioned are tradable to get emeralds. So this is my easy emerald section. This is where we get emeralds. So all the items. The main ones being coal and paper. So they have their own chests here. Then we've got one for ores. So clay, stone, iron, flint, gold and diamonds, which are in there. I don't have any flint right now because we traded it all to get emeralds. Well, to level up the villager. These can all give you emeralds from all the different villages. Next we've got like fish. So we've got raw salmon, tropical fish and puffer fish. They all can be traded to get emeralds. Next one is like farmer crops. So potato, beetroot, melon and pumpkins. All can be traded to get emeralds. The next one is more meats. You've got raw chicken, raw mutton, raw beef. You've got dried kelp blocks and you've got berries, of which we have not found yet, which is why they're not in here. I tried to sort of start developing them, start to get a representation of what's going to be in here. Next, you've got feathers, string, white dye, brown and black wool. So these can all be traded to get emeralds. In this one, we've got books, book and quill, glass panes, glass bottles, rabbit feet, rabbit hide and compasses can all be traded. And then lastly, this is like a miscellaneous one. You've got boats, scoot, which I don't know what it is yet. I need to look that up. Rotten flesh, lava buckets, and nether wart, of which we still have not. I say still, we haven't found any yet. Let's go to sleep just before I show you the rest of it. I'll make it light. There's quite a lot. I've been working quite hard. And we're still yet to explore what this update is. Or if they added anything with the update. So yeah, this is basically everything we can trade to get emeralds, and this is just an area to store them in, separate from all my other items. For instance, let's take the coal. We all know it lives here. This is all the coal. We're looking a little bit low actually, that we use to smelt stuff, right? But I don't want to be trading out of that coal as well, so we have spare. So basically it's like spares of items that we can use to get emeralds. Next update is this. We made a little garbage bin. So I have an example to show you. In fact, we'll use this because we have a ton of them. Basically, it's a rubbish bin. So you just throw the item at the right angle, like that. And they'll just get eaten by the cactus and they'll all go. I was going to go show you with our rotten potatoes, or the suspicious potatoes, because we don't need them either. Because I didn't have a cactus, I was just throwing them in here, poisonous potatoes, but we can now just bin them. So it's literally just a rubbish bin. So we just go, woo. Sometimes they don't quite make it over the fence, but the fence is just there so you don't run into it and hurt yourself. But yeah, all in a rubbish bin. It's got a little bit of design around it, not really much. You have to plant cactus on sand and it has to have a 1 block gap around it, otherwise it won't build. So that's why that looks like that. But yeah, rubbish bin. What's next? Done that. Over here we filled in, as you know, we had these item frames for ages, so I've just filled them all in with just stuff you can smelt. I know you don't smelt diamonds, but it's there anyway. Things you can smelt: fish, poultry, like meat, and then baked potatoes, polished materials, granite, diorite, and what's the other one? Why does it escape my head? That's going to really annoy me. Granite, andesite. Sorry, that's the one. You can put them in here to smelt them, make them polished, so that's what you can do there. We can dry kelp out. We can make bricks from clay. We can make glass from sand. We can make stone from cobblestone, and we can make smooth stone from stone. So they're just, it makes it just look a little bit prettier, basically. That's the purpose of that. Now you may be thinking, what is this massive tower in your chicken pen? It basically means I can just throw the eggs at it, because when I throw them at the ground I end up hitting chickens, hurting chickens. So we just launch them at that, and then if you get a chicken it will just fall down into the enclosure and no one gets hurt. So that is just the purpose of that. Nearly there. As I said, a lot of changes. Down here, the only reason this is now filled out because we've been trading. So a couple of we did have this one as our seed chest. We've got another one because we've got too many. Sort of fished fish, if that makes sense. So not like the ones you eat, all the other types of fish. Beetroot seeds, as I said, we've got a ton. They're just spare. These are tools we have been trading to level up our villagers. That's the only reason they're in there. There's so many of them. Spare eggs, spare carrots, we have a ton. I don't even need to harvest them anymore. This one has got a lead piece on the front because these are things I want to combine or make. So we can make a nice fishing rod with these. We can combine these with unbreaking or mending. There's just random bits in there. These are fishing rods that I had to get to level up someone. These are different ones. These are all unbreaking 1, mending, and luck of the sea 1. Spare fishing rods. Again, bows and crossbows. I bought a couple crossbows from a villager to level him up, but these rest of them we've got from raids. These I all had to get, and arrows as well. Beds, again, I thought I'd grab a couple colours because we needed to level up. We've got a spare one there. Shields I had to get. Campfires I had to get. Horse armour. These 2 we had, but we had to get these ones. And basically I've been harvesting a ton of wood, so that is what this chest is. I'll use that on the front actually. For some reason we have a stripped oak piece. I didn't get that, it just came from somewhere. Leather caps, had to trade again. This, yeah, I've been harvesting wood. And these haven't changed. So that's that. Oh yeah, in here again, all of these had to buy to trade up basically. Don't think anything else has really changed. We just sorted things out. All the banners I had to buy. I think the rest of that's the same. Didn't do much mining, a little bit, so I may not have had 58 diamonds before, but that's that. Doing alright for emeralds, as you can see. Got a ton of tree saplings, like far too many tree saplings. Well, there you go. And yeah, that is that. That one's empty now, so I can take that off and chuck it over here. Because we had to use that to level out the land, make more room for our farm. So yeah, I think that is most of our changes, I think. I did have to pop up onto the roof to get the fish into the enclosure, so that's why we've got a little staircase here, and I'm just going to keep it there for a couple of days just in case they all despawn and we've got to go back up. So that's just why that happens. I've done a lot of farming the trees, that's why you can see weird dots over there where the trees are breaking down, and I think you can see the same, yeah, over that way. Just been out exploring, not really exploring, but just different areas to farm trees. Like you can see one there that I did that I've not realised is connected to the next tree. Yeah, so that's all the changes. I'm out of breath. That is all the changes in a nutshell. Today, okay, so today's episode is going to focus on bees. So we're going to talk about them. We are going to explore, not explore, that's not the right word. We're going to go find some bees, figure out what they do, how we get honey, all of those sorts of bits. I already know a bit, but I will tell you more about that. Let's grab a bed. Hear a cat then. I know where some lovely little bees live, so we're going to go and see those guys. They're just over on the way to the jungle. So we'll pop around and see them, and then we'll have a chat about them. Sun may set while we're midway, but that's alright. We'll just sleep. And here we are. We have 2 lovely hives here, one just here and one just here. These are what the hives look like if you were unsure, but there they are. Now we're going to have a little chat about bees, figure out everything we need to know about them, how they work and what you do with them. So let me jump over to my other screen and we'll have a little chat. So bees are neutral mobs that live in bee nests and hives, obviously. When provoked, they attack in a swarm to sting the player and inflict poison. When they do that, their eyes go red, so you can tell. Flying neutral mobs, they're found in plains biomes or flower biomes. So this is a plain biome, just this grassy biome that you find. The flower ones are like covered in flowers, but they have to be around flowers, obviously, for pollinating. They'll go around the area, they'll collect pollen from a flower, take it back to the bee nest, which also generates in the biome. And you sometimes get you can see the texture and the pollen particles spreading. You can harvest honeycomb by right-clicking on a hive with shears equipped. Players can also get a honey bottle by right-clicking on a nest while holding an empty glass bottle. Let me just sleep so it's daytime. Oh. Yeah. So if you have an empty glass bottle, you can right click on a hive when it's got this bit here. So you see there's these two holes, right? At the moment they're nice and yellow. That means they're filled with honey. So if I right click on that, I'm going to get a honey bottle. Over here, yeah, they're the same. Because the bee has gone in and filled it with honey. Another hint is, can you see that dripping out? The sort of falling particles that we just saw. Oh, bee's just come out. Hello. So this is a nice happy little bee with nice black blue eyes. Players can drink honey bottles to restore 6 hunger points, which I think is 3 munchy bits. So as you can see right now, I'm 3 short. So if I was to eat like that to full bars. If players collect the honey or shear the bee nest with 1 or more bees in it, destroy the beehive or bee nest, or hit a bee, they will all become hostile towards the player. So in a beehive you can find 1 or 2 bees. So if I was to hit that, they might be in there. I have no way of knowing. They have red eyes and sting the player. They'll deal 1 heart of damage and give poison effect for 10 seconds. Once successful, they'll lose their stinger, become passive, but will instantly die after 20 seconds. But there's a way around it. You might be thinking, well, how do I get my honey? How do I do this without getting stung? There's an answer. It's called a campfire. So, see this hive right here? What you can do is 1 or 2 blocks below it, you can place a campfire. So here, or 1 lower, I could dig that out and place it there. You can place a campfire, and what it will do is the fumes pacify the bees. It stops the hostility having a fire having a fire underneath the hive. The bees will go into the nests and hives. Bees do not drop items or experience upon death regardless of the cause, but they can be bred using any types of flower. So what we will do is sail back home, grab our supplies, and I will show you it in action. So that is a little bit of information. The idea of the campfires comes from bee smokers, which are the machines that real bee farmers use that produce smoke, like smoke vapours. And it just calms them down, you know. That's the only reason there. What else have we got here? The message will read, player was stung to death if you die from being stung by a bee. It's safe to assume there's no queen bee. They're just like any other mob. You breed 2, you get a baby. You need to be careful with wither roses, which I think are the flowers you get from the witheries. They're like dead roses or something like that. While feeding the bees the rose will have no effect, they'll get damaged while pollinating the rose itself. Bees can be caught with a lead, so you can go grab a lead and pull them to wherever you want them. But they're faster in the Bedrock edition of Minecraft than Java, and this is obviously Java. And the sounds played are sounds of a bee in real life, so there's some interesting trivia for you. And this says, the mob's behaviour after exiting a beehive or nest deletes its name it was given. So I think if you name a bee, when they go back in the hive and come out, I think it will remove that. So we need a campfire. I'm going to take 2. We need shears, which is weird because I've tried this before and it didn't work. So we're going to try that. And we need our glass bottles, which are in the chest up here for trading. We'll grab 2. This one, we'll just take all 3 with us. That should be everything we need. So let's go back to our lovely bees. So it looks like bees won't spawn in any form of spruce forest like that one over there. They won't spawn in any sort of dark wood forest like the one behind our house. You literally need like an oak tree, birch tree biome, basically. With grassy biome, kind of like that there. Grassy oak biome. That's where they'll spawn. But yeah, they're very neutral. They won't bother you if you go near them. It's only if you hit them, destroy their hive, or take anything from the hive without calming them with a campfire. So that's the trick. So they came out in the last update, which was 1.15. So we could do a little research and see if anything new came out with the update, or if it was literally just like a bug fix and server update. We'll have to have a look. So here we are. We'll start with this guy over here and go plop. So now you'll see the steam rises up, and now what I can do, the bees will go inside. There's goes one. Now I want to try shearing them because it didn't work last time for honeycomb. Ah, it worked. I got honeycomb, but now you can see they're empty, so I won't get any honey from them. Let's do this one, but as you can see, I can't get beneath it, so I'm just gonna have to dig, blow it like that, place a little campy. The smoke goes up, the bees will come. That's the first bit of honeycomb. Why did it not work before? Maybe I left clicked and I needed to right click. Gonna wait for the bee to come back. He's busy pollinating right now. So we'll grab honey from this one. Are you going in, mate? No? You just chilling? Alright, well I'll do it then. Boom. I right clicked and be our guest. Got some honey. Let's go over here. This guy, you can see he's got this the dots falling out of his back. That means he's got pollen. Out he comes again. Now we could leave these campfires here, but they could start some sort of like forest fire. So I won't. I will take them back. But I'm just going to see what the sort of return time is on the honey. How long I have to wait. If it's like every minute it will come back and like refill it or what. So you can see how they're empty with those brown dots not being filled with the yellow, you know, sap or honey looking substance. Oh! I sheared a pumpkin that put a face on it. I didn't know that happened. Did you know that? Well, there you go. There might be another hive somewhere because there's a bee over there, but he might just be pollinating. He's come out again. Nothing yet. That was so random. But yeah, that's the basic mechanism of the how to work with bees in a beehive. You get yourself some honeycomb, some honey bottle, a bottle of honey. So you can only use it once, so either for honeycomb or for honey. But you can, I think, if you get enough honeycomb, I think you can make yourself a hive. Let me just take this tree out, grab some wood. Let me just make a little crafting table. Pop it down, and let's just search for honey or honeycomb. I can make a honeycomb block. I can make a honey block. So you need 4 honey bottles, or you can make a honey block. 4 pieces of honeycomb for a honeycomb block. What about a hive? You can make a beehive. There you go. So I could make one now. You just need wood, 6 planks and 3 honeycombs. So I think we will do that when we go back. Success. So that's how you make, that's how you get your honeycomb and you get your honey. And it's how you make honey blocks, honeycomb blocks and beehives. Now I think you can silk touch them, the hive, but a bee will only work with its original hive, I'm pretty sure. So let's grab our campfires back. Lovely. Oh, I can't get out. There we go. Let's get in our boat and go back home. Now there are still questions, particularly with the beehive. if I make it, will bees just appear? Do I have to get the bees? Like, how's that work? So I'll have a look at that as well once we are back. I should have slept there really, but I'm really sorry if you can hear my neighbours outside. They are screaming for some reason. They're playing in the pool. It's really loud. Right, now I'm back. So, what does this say? It says they're obviously, so the beehive, it's obviously a crafted version of a bee nest. Hives can be mined by any tool or by the player's fist, though they break faster with an axe. Bee nests do not drop anything unless mined with silk touch, but hives drop empty if broken without silk touch. If broken with an enchanted tool with silk touch, the bees will remain inside the hive. Otherwise, they'll emerge and swarm the player. So if you want to break them with silk touch, that's what you need to know. The hives can house up to 3 bees at any time. Bees fly into the nest at night, during rain, and after pollinating. Igniting the hive causes all the bees inside to escape from it. Oh, okay, so when the beehive pollinates, it comes into the hive and then it exits. That will increase the honey level by 1. When the honey level reaches 5, the appearance of the block will change and you can then harvest the honey from it. If you shears used in a full beehive, it will drop 3 honeycombs, as we saw. You don't have to use a campfire, you can use fire as well, so flint and steel. I'm not sure about my question that I had. It looks like if you silk touch a beehive with the bees still in it, it will still pollinate as long as there are flowers around. So you can silk touch the hive, take the 1 to 3 bees that are inside it, whatever, with you, or get your leash out and go and get bees, bring them with you. So it looks like the answer is that whatever hive is closest to them is where they will go to pollinate. So it shouldn't matter. So if you're to make a beehive, you'd have to go grab some bees and then make sure there are flowers around, and as long as you've got them, you should be good. Let's make a hive. Have I got blocks? We can make them. So we go 1. Oh, let's do that properly. 1, 1, 1. Beehive. Lovely. Let me chuck the bits away that I don't need, which is this guy. Oh, we got some charcoal, because, yeah, okay. That is what reminds me. Basically, you also need to silk touch your campfires. If you don't, they will break into charcoal. Because to make a campfire, which is what you'll need to know... Oh, soul campfire. To make a campfire, you need 3 blocks of wood, 3 sticks, and coal or charcoal. So basically, you're losing out on all the bits that are wood here if you break it normally. What on earth is a soul campfire? You use what? Soul sand? Or soul soil? Oh, okay. Interesting. And it's got a blue flame. I wonder what you do with that. We'll have to have... Like, I'm still finding things all the time with this game. Let's put pumpkin seeds away. Found that out. Put extra crafting table away. Put the bottles away. Don't know where we'll store honey yet. Let's go plant our beehive. And then we need to find flowers, or plant flowers. I think we'll put it over here somewhere. This could be a good place. Just a little beehive right there. And then we need flowers. I don't know if crops work, so I don't think they do. Has to be a flower, right? So we have been storing them. Let's grab all of that. Now, when I made my other realm, also on PC, that survival one that I made over lockdown, it actually was in a flower biome. Really pretty flower biome, if you remember back to that episode. Those there. We'll put some little ones around. What else we got? Try and spread them out a bit. Let's put some up here. There's already a couple up here, which is nice. They can roam around a bit if they want. Lovely. We're all flowery now. I'd love some different ones, but that'll do. I don't like this bit here anymore. We'll keep them just as spare, so they've got a nice little selection to work on. Lovely. Now we just need the bees. So we could steal them from over there. I don't want to take them all away. I'd like them to still be able to keep going, but we'll have to have a look and find some bees. But we shall get to that. That is not a priority. Where should we store honey? In the campfire one, I think. So as I said, don't remember your silk touch when you want to work with bees for the hive or for your campfires. So let's go check out the villagers. We're doing alright for time, so just to finish off, he's still up on the roof. We'll show you the villagers. So, Librarian, we already saw. He'll give us Feather Falling 2, Aqua Affinity twice, and Curse of Binding, Name Tag, Glass, and that's about it. I need to trade in Book and Quills and books and paper. Next we've got Mr. Cleric. He'll give Rotten Flesh for an emerald, Gold for an emerald, Rabbit's Foot, 2 Rabbit's Feet for an emerald, Scoot, as I said, don't know what it is, Glass Bottles and Nether Warts, and then he will take emeralds for Bottles of Enchanting, Glowstone, Lapis and Redstone Dust. Next, the Leatherworker. Here's where all those funky leather items came in. Rabbit Hide, again Scoot, not sure what it is, it might be to do with slime. Rabbit Hide, and then he'll give me crazy colour tunics, leather horse armour, saddle and dyed caps and things. Who have we got next? Armourer. He'll take coal, iron, lava buckets and give me emeralds. And he'll give me all sorts of iron chainmail leggings, shield and then full enchanted diamond armour. So the... That was really loud. So the helmet, protection 2, chest plate, projectile protection and unbreaking. The feet, protection 2, and the leggings, unbreaking and fire protection. So that's a decent set of armour. Butcher, he'll take raw chicken, coal, raw mutton, raw beef, dry kelp blocks and sweet berries for emeralds, and he will give me rabbit stew and cooked pork chops for emeralds. So basically not the best trader. Oh, that was close. Basically, I don't get a lot for my emeralds from him, so it may be worth making another butcher, seeing if he will give me more items rather than have multiple items that I can give him, if that makes sense, for emeralds. Oh, we're hungry. Be our guest. Love all the puns for the advancements. It looks so pretty out there with the hive and the flowers now. If it wasn't covered in mobs that are burning. Surprisingly, the fish still seem to be doing well. Not sure how long that will last. Let's go back out. Just check around for creepers. Who have we not looked at? We've looked at you. We just looked at you. We looked at you. Looked at you. Who's this? We know about the farmer, don't we? He'll take all those items I talked about and he'll give me a ton. Apple, cookie, cake, suspicious stew, golden carrot and glistering melon slices, which are kind of rare-ish, so they're good to have. Who are you? Following the cat. The mason. He'll take clay, balls, he'll give me bricks, he'll take stone, he'll give me a lot here. chiseled stone bricks, polished andesite, polished diorite, blue terracotta, although that looks purple to me, grey terracotta, quartz pillars, and blocks of quartz, which is nice, for 1 emerald. So he has got decent prices on his, like very decent. Compare it to some of the others and you'll know what I mean. Who are you? Shepherd. He takes lots of wool and lots of white dye. And then for my emeralds, just gives me 1 back. The coloured beds, a light grey and green banner, and paintings. Did you? We know about the Cartographer. Different coloured banners, banner patterns, etc. Fisherman. Take coal. He'll take emeralds and raw cod and raw salmon to give me cooked versions. Raw salmon, tropical fish, puffer fish, and boats, and he'll give me unbreaking 1 fishing rods, and that is where all the many fishing rods came from. Then we've got the Fletcher. Give me arrows. For gravel, he'll give me flint, or take flint. Gives me the bow and the crossbow. Takes the string and the feathers. He'll give me unbreaking 1 bow, piercing 2 crossbows, and slow falling arrows, interestingly enough. So if we got another Fletcher... Do you mind? So interestingly enough, as I was going to say, before they rudely interrupted, if we were to get some other Fletchers, we might get some different powers on different arrows, which might be interesting. Weaponsmith, I think we'd already done before. Smite 1, unbreaking 1 iron sword, iron ingots, the bell for the 36 emeralds, flint, the diamond for the emerald, which I've seen twice now in 2 different villages. And then the unbreaking 1, efficiency 1 diamond axe, and the bane of arthropods sword. So decent, not too bad. And then the toolsmith, so he's the weaponsmith, but the toolsmith will give me a bit differently the shovel, and then the efficiency 1 shovel and the efficiency 2 pickaxe. And again, he's got the diamond for the emerald, which I do not like, because at this point diamonds are way harder to come by than emeralds, so I'd much rather trade emeralds for diamonds than diamonds for emeralds. So basically, as a conclusion of that, a couple of the more interesting ones I'd like more of: farmer, butcher, librarian for the enchanted books, Fletcher for the arrows, maybe, because I'm not interested in slow falling, but if you had like a speedy one, that would be cool, or a more powerful one or something. Shepherd could be interesting, and the ones that give you all the armour or the tools could be interesting, but I think mainly the food ones, because they're often the easiest way to get emeralds, you know, long term. So, that is that. We've done quite a bit this episode, even though it feels quite a lot shorter than all the other ones we have done. As I said, massive improvements since you were last here with me. I've been working hard. I've been grinding, particularly with those villagers. I had to trade so much to get, you know, what I wanted from them. We trade a couple bits, run out of emeralds, and have to sort of go farm up stuff to get more emeralds. So as I said, maybe I'll look into another farmer, butcher, and librarian as the 3. Went and learned a lot about bees today. We know exactly what we're doing with bees now and how to do it. Maybe I'll go and grab some bees, and then when we come back for the next episode, we'll have a little bee family going. We can breed them, all sorts. So maybe I'll go on a hunt for some bees and some flowers. Other than that, that'll be the end of that episode. What are we doing next time? The fish are making really weird sounds in my ear. Yeah, next one is a good one. We're going to go into the jungle, try and find a jungle temple, and we're going to find some pandas. And we're going to start up a new project, I think, because we've, you know, hit a little bit of a slow patch. We did the bees update, and then it's like, well, what's next? But I've got a plan. Don't you worry about that. Now the villagers are done. That was that project. Now we're on to the next one. So, thanks for watching this episode so much. If you liked it, please leave me a like down below. And please subscribe if you are new or you want to see more, or you're enjoying the series or following the series. And it's going to get a lot more exciting. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.